Last week, in an address by the Minister of Gender, Labour and Social Development to highlight aspects of the approved regulation for the mid-term access to 20% of the workers' savings under the amended National Social Security Fund Act 2021, Betty Amongi was categorical that those who had contributed for 120 months would have access to the money.
We are not going to say maybe in the middle of the fund, if maybe you didn't remit, you must be a continuous contributor. No, we will just calculate 120 monthly contribution.
The stipulation for the required contribution for the period has become the center of contention, for which a minority report has been authored by some of the members sitting on the NSSF board. They argue that using the term contribution for 120 months technically locks out those who have obtained the eligibility age of 45 years and have saved for 10 years as enshrined in the Act. In other words, if the argument against the particular regulation on mid-term access is anything to go by, it means if one remitted to the fund for 8 straight years and failed to remit for the next 2 years, the person does not qualify to access the 20%.
The worker actually who needs that money more than any other person is on the street, is not working, his money is there, he has been contributing for over 10 years. But a certain point where contribution was not coming, that is not his problem. Because first of all, NSSF, by that time of over 15 years, NSSF has been using that money as a capital.
The implication of the implementation of the law based on the regulation as it is interpreted now is that 65,000 of the 113,000 eligible persons to receive the amount this financial year will miss out. According to NSSF board member representing the workers, Sam Lyomoki, the 120 months contribution cuts the number of those eligible to 48,000, whose total payment value is 793 billion shillings instead of earlier projected 904 billion that would be paid to 113,000 eligible members.
The difference is small in terms of money, that's on about 100 billion, but secondly, it's big in terms of numbers, because you cannot disadvantage 65 people, 65,000, and you only give 48,000. It is really, and the challenge is, you can see that the 65,000 members are the members that are having, they are sharing 100 billion, 111. That means that it's the smallest.
They have now written to the Attorney General and the Minister over the matter.
If they say contributed for 10 years, the words there were contributed and 10 years. If you are using the extravagant, but you see for them, I think they are lawyers. I mean, they claim that according to the interpretation, if you say contributed for 10 years, it means monthly and all that. You see, those were additions, which for us we said, no, why are you adding that?
And I've written to Attorney General and asking him to intervene and guide the Minister of Gender, Labour and Social Development on the issue on how that money and the law should be interpreted.
The workers' representatives argued that where need be, they shall propose an amendment to the amended NSSF Act to replace the word contribution with savings, since the Act in the current form defeats the original intended purpose. Jackson Onyango, NTV.